Brian Fritz here with WWE Executive Vice President of Special Events, John Saboor. We're here at Full Sail University. The partnership between WWE and Full Sail has been such a special one so far. What's it been like for you to see it from your role?
Well, another point of explosive, positive success in what is now a 3+ year-old relationship between WWE and Full Sail. And we should never forget that the vision that Paul Levesque had for the creation of NXT, the brand, which is now enjoying meteoric success around the globe, and the fact that that was incubated here at Full Sail University, not only in the beautiful facilities that were available, but the partnership not only between WWE and Full Sail, but between our professional production staff and these amazing Full Sail students that really should feel an enormous point of pride in what's been achieved with the NXT brand, but what they served at as a powerful resource as it became time to consider where to place another of WWE's flagship programs. And I think our chairman, I think everybody involved in our senior leadership team, I think Paul, all thought at the end of the day, why not build on this inherent success? Why not expand our footprint to include not only other premier facilities that we've never even been able to use here at Full Sail, but also to underscore the WWE Performance Center, to underscore the synergies that already exist and add that positive layer, which is the production and global broadcast of Tough Enough. And it just became abundantly clear that the spirit of collaboration between WWE, Full Sail, and Central Florida could go yet to another level by a decision to place Tough Enough. And the ability to really create stage and broadcast in real time. Your best foot forward has to be perfect. There are no mulligans in live broadcasts, and I think the underscore for us is who is best equipped to help us to bring yet another level of offering to the WWE universe, and it was hands down Full Sail, hands down Orlando and Central Florida.
And it's amazing, I think, the experience when you talk about the live experience that students get an opportunity to be a part of when it comes to the NXT tapings, the specials on the WWE Network, and now with WWE Tough Enough, and what that does in helping them prepare for the future and seeing them and hopefully having a future for them with WWE as well, and being able to see them up front in person and know who they're going to be about and hopefully be a part of the future of the company.
Well, so many have already come by virtue of their work with us on NXT. So many have come across to begin their professional careers with WWE, and it's always been our goal, Full Sail's goal, to use this as a training ground, to use this as a superhighway. Everything they teach, we consume as a workforce. So again, I think the Tough Enough experience to build on what has been amazing points of success around NXT in what is a global brand that is doing nothing but growing by the hour, seemingly, the opportunity to give yet another point of experience for those students, and for us to use that as a platform to really measure future workforce, the people who will bring 52 weeks of television a year with no off season. That takes a special kind of somebody. And what they teach at Full Sail is so very, very, very important. And they come to the other side, their professional side, they come ready to wear, so to speak. And why that happens is because of Full Sail's absolute commitment to providing real world experience. Not just people who hope to be in the world of sports entertainment, and they'd love to work with companies that are involved in that space, but people who have worked in that space have demonstrated their abilities, who have learned and who have really brought not only incremental points of success to us, but have demonstrated their own abilities and capabilities. That becomes an easy training ground for those who would join the WWE family on the professional side.
Let's talk about the partnership between WWE and the city of Orlando, because obviously the Performance Center is here in town, the work with Full Sail University. What do you see as the next step, if there is one, in the growth of that partnership in this city?
Well, Orlando and Central Florida now is WWE's biggest footprint outside of its home state of Connecticut and its headquarters in Stamford. And that's been purposeful, and that's been purposeful by virtue of the resume of success that's been built with this community in WWE. It starts with elected leaders like Teresa Jacobs and Buddy Dyer. It starts with points of success like what was the WrestleMania week experience in WrestleMania 24 in 2008. It starts and is compounded by partnerships like his experience with Full Sail, the incubation of NXT, the establishment of the Global Performance Center. You can see a theme starting to develop, and we're not getting ahead of ourselves. We're doing each of these things in measured steps, but each has led to another point of opportunity. Each has led to another phase for the continued growth of our global brand. Again, we think back to the original vision for the growth of NXT, and you think about what Paul Levesque had as that vision, and he knew exactly, but he needed the right set of partners, and Full Sail fit that bill, and it just demonstrated by virtue of their commitment from the corporate citizenry here, the commitment from the elected officials, that this community, Central Florida, Orlando, wanted as much WWE activity within their community, within their region, as was possible. And I think you'll see quoted as recently as today, Mayor Jacobs talking about what this relationship between Orange County, what this relationship between Orlando and WWE means, her support of Full Sail, and what this represents as yet another building block in Central Florida's emerging television, film, and digital media business.
When it comes to opportunities and activities here in Orlando, there's always been so much scuttlebutt about other things that could pop up within the city or possible opportunities when it comes to WWE. Some of those are a physical Hall of Fame, some of those are a restaurant. Do you think something like that is something that Orlando could be on the lookout for over the next couple of years?
I think it's incumbent upon WWE and Orlando to investigate every opportunity in the way of what's possible between the two. This is a horizon event. This relationship is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I would dare say that we've barely scratched the surface of what's possible between WWE, its fans, and this great city. And with Full Sail, again, that becomes the underscore. Yeah. They are part of the DNA. As much as anything here within Central Florida. So I think anytime we have a big decision to make on a big opportunity, on a big project, on a big initiative, Orlando and Central Florida is always going to be part of that discussion. And it's because they've earned the right. They've showed a spirit of partnership, of collaboration that many other cities have demonstrated, but Orlando seems to have put an indelible mark on that particular aspect.
Two last things. WrestleMania is such a big event, the biggest event of the year when it comes to sports entertainment. You are heavily involved in that. City of Orlando had it, like you said, in 2008 with WrestleMania 24. Yes. You know, I know that there's some opportunities. WrestleMania 32 is going to be in Dallas next year. WrestleMania 33 the following year, though, has still not been decided. And there's been a lot of talk about Orlando obviously being a big contender for that. How aggressive do you think, or how aggressive is the city right now in trying to get that?
Well, constantly conveying their interest in hosting not only WrestleMania as our largest annual celebration, but any and all WWE activity that can be staged here. They've demonstrated incredible capacities as a destination, as a group of public and private sector stakeholders. They did an amazing job of hosting the WWE. They host the WWE Universe every 3 weeks with NXT. Yeah. They're going to host the WWE Universe directly and ostensibly with Tough Enough. Our faith in this community and what they represent is deep. I would dare say that Orlando deserves the right to be a part of any future discussions around the placement of WrestleMania. I have an absolute sense that Orlando will be very active in the discussions for future placements, and that process is starting to get underway. But Tough Enough, NXT, Full Sail, all points of success that really go to a larger matrix when it's time to make decisions about what do we do with our largest assets. You have two of them now here in Central Florida. Yeah. You're about to have a third, and I would say that anything that we would do of weight going forward, I dare say Orlando will be at least part of that consideration.
Last thing, next year, WrestleMania 32 is going to be in Dallas and AT&T Stadium. You're going to be going for the record when it comes to WrestleMania attendance, trying to put 100,000 people. What does that entail? Because there's so much detail and so many things that go into not only WrestleMania, but the entire week and the enormity of it. And what's it going to be like now in Dallas and trying to put 100,000 people in that stadium and break the all-time attendance record for WrestleMania?
Well, I dare say a man you talked with a little earlier had something to do with our standing record.
Yes.
And he was a part of the celebration that was, Hulk was, our press conference in January to announce WrestleMania 32 in Dallas and in Arlington at AT&T Stadium. What's really interesting is the merging of two amazing brands in WWE, its leader, Vince McMahon, in Dallas Cowboys as one of America's other great sports entertainment brands, and its leader, Jerry Jones, a stadium that really is unlike any other in the country. And I would say that so many organizations are already hard at work in figuring out how to make this yet another unprecedented experience for our fans, for our talent, for our host community, to achieve milestones that haven't existed, to set yet another flag in the ground for the future. But what we will do, regardless of what that attendance is, we'll always pay heritage to how we got to that place. And again, because he's here celebrating with us today, Tough Enough, I got to tell you that one of the few images that still gives me chills is the first record and the standing record from the Pontiac Silverdome and a certain man named Hulk. So expect us to do things in ways we've never done before. Expect us to engage an amazing set of partners. Expect us to create an experience unlike anything we've done before, and expect, I think it's safe to say, most recently in Santa Clara and San Jose in the Bay Area, we had over 130,000 people participate in all that was WrestleMania week. I dare say we're planning to ratchet that up for because of one of the reasons you mentioned, which is being able to get a few more of our wonderful global fans into a pretty amazing facility. So look for that energy to really start building, that groundswell to start building, and it's going to be an amazing and fun road to WrestleMania 32.
Thanks, John. Always appreciate the time.
Ryan,
Keep up the great work.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks.